Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I thought it would be fun for you guys to watch me put together a Christmas vignette. I am going to be doing a sleigh piece. My theme this year is called Sleigh Ride, so of course I will need a sleigh. So I'm just going to show you what I have here for my DIY. I didn't purchase anything. I had these things for years, but you may be able to find them still in the craft store. I know a couple of these things you can find in the craft store, and I will let you know. So first of all, well, you need a sleigh. These can be easily purchased, the pattern. You have to purchase the pattern and cut them yourself, but I purchased this about 8 or 9, maybe even 10 years ago, and the pattern was maybe $5, and my husband cut it out. And then we have some frosted branches here. They still have these in Michael's. I believe they were $1.99 or $2.99, but with the sale and everything going on, you probably could get those at little or nothing. These right here, believe it or not, are old Christmas tree branches. Then we have some white paint. We have some floral picks, a couple of present boxes, some pine cones, and some decorative items like berries and maybe some crystal branches. And I haven't decided if I'm going to use a ribbon yet or not, but that's what we have so far. So I'm going to put the camera up and then you guys can watch me put together this vignette. Okay, so we're going to start with this sleigh. I love these collapsible sleighs. They're very inexpensive. They're storage friendly, and it costs little or nothing. Like I said, this cost me $5 for the pattern, and we just basically had some old wood and my husband cut them out for me using the pattern. There is a website, I can't even think of it. I think it's called White Head Collection something. They have some of these patterns on their site that you can purchase and cut out your own sleigh or whatever it is that you want to do for a holiday. And like I said, I love them because they're so easy to put together. So basically I have 5 pieces here. This, I repainted it because over the years all of the scuff and things like nature, the paint started to rub off. So I'm thinking the easiest way to put this together, if I remember, I haven't used this in a while, is lay one on the side. So we're going to lay this one on the side, and then we're going to use these little latches my husband put in here from the pattern, and you slide that in there and lock it in place. So that's what it looks like. So you slide it in and lock it in place. And then we have the actual seat, and you're going to slide that in an opposite way, I believe it. So, and lock that in place. And then we have the back part, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, now we're just going to take the other side of the sleigh and find the holes or the slots that it fits into, and do the same thing on this side. Takes a little maneuvering here. And then you lock it in place. There you go. Isn't that simple? A beautiful, nice size tabletop sleigh that you can fill with all kinds of things here. So now we're going to start decorating. Okay, what you're watching here is the front of the sleigh, so you can see what I'm doing in the inside. What we're going to do is provide a bedding for the sleigh. Insert the picks, the floral picks inside of. I have 2 of these foam boards. You've seen this before. I used them in my fall lantern video. And we're going to put them together using the floral picks. So what I'm doing here, and I'll let you see in a moment. I'm just putting the floral picks and piercing both blocks together so it will form one block. And that's what it looks like. Those are the floral picks, and they're holding both blocks together. And that would provide a nice little bedding for the floral picks to pierce in. These right here are very old and they need to be refreshing. So I am going to paint the tips of these. So what you are looking at is some old Christmas tree stems that you actually put down into the pole back in the day when you used to create your Christmas tree this way. And these are very old, and I knew I was going to use them in my crafting, so I saved them when I threw the tree away. So what we're going to do, if you look closely, you can see some of the tips has been painted through the years. We're going to refreshen these stems with some fresh paint on the tips so they look like they're snow-capped. I'm outside getting prepared to paint my pine tips here. You know that look that you get that you can buy your Christmas trees that cost a lot of extra money to get that effect? Well, we're going to do it with paint. I spread it out these stems so the paint can easily get to it when I get ready to spray it lightly. I finished painting my pine sprigs here. See the difference? Big difference, isn't it? And right at the tips, you can see where I painted, and then I've sprayed lightly throughout the actual stem. So that's a big difference there. I left some of them alone. I didn't paint just in case I want that dark pine look. So what we're going to do, we're going to start piercing the block here and fill it with these pine sprigs and maybe those crystal branches also. So I'm going to put the camera up and then I'm just going to go with it and you guys can watch.
Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness, light and life to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Mild he lays his glory by, born that man no more may die, born to raise the sons of earth, born to give them second birth. Hark the herald angels sing.
Okay, so I turned the sleigh on the side so you can see what it looks like. What I've done is I made it that like the pines is kind of surrounding like a collar around the sleigh. And I'm forming the branches so they won't look so unnatural by sticking straight up in the air. But I want it to look like it's actually laying in the sleigh. Not so much like a plant or a flower arrangement per se, but I want it to lay like it's laying down. So now we're just playing around with the individual stems here, that it comes over to the side, and then there's some that's sticking out, some that's kind of laying down in here, like this one down at the bottom. This one right down the bottom kind of lays down, and then the ones in the front, this is what it looks like in the front. You can still see some of the foam board in there, but that's okay because that's going to be covered. And there you go. So that's the first step. Now we're going to put in some berries, and we'll see where that goes after that.
Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness, light and life to all he
we have white branches in here and the berries. Now the white branches was a little tricky. They stick together, so you got to try to pull them apart to form the way you want. But what I was looking for is something wild in here, not a particular format. So I just wanted it just under the pine sprigs and kind of coming out between each sprig there. So it's like growing out of it. It's not really laying in there per se. So I have to play around with that, but I think it's almost where I want it. So now we have the present boxes that I'm going to stick in here. And we have a medium-sized one and a large-sized one. Well, a medium and a small. And the small is open, and the reason I have it open is because I'm going to put some pine cones in here. Put some in the back, and I'll find some more pine sprigs, just a single one I'll probably cut off and put down in here to cover up these spaces. So this is the idea. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun. It turned out nicely. I really like it. And I'll probably play with this some more, but you will see this again in an upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for joining me. Merry Christmas, and you guys have a great, happy holiday. See you soon. Smooches!
The Son of Righteousness.